Hello and welcome to another one video. From spy to president, rise of Vladimir Putin. How did Vladimir Putin come to rule Russia? In late 1990s, Russia was a lawless country where the oligarchs were profiting from the privatization, while the rest of the population was sliding into a third world life since the economy was falling apart. As Gideon Lickfield noted, Putin was a solid, loyal bureaucrat with a history of working in KGB and then FSB, who has shown himself as an effective worker while figuring out how to improve the Russian fisheries. Also, his early training in the KGB gave Putin, a very smart and manipulative man, a solid basis from which to take advantage of the breakdown in political infrastructure after the fall of communism. Since the USSR, Russia was never a communist state, they were a dictatorship of the proletariat. The political situation was almost welcoming of someone who could use many of the apparatchiks and the apparatus in place, and the willingness of the people to be led to hold power as a strong man, in the mold of former leaders of the USSR. He still wields that power and manipulates Medvedev and the system. I fear for those rising up against him now. By 1998 he worked in Yeltsin's administration, rose through the ranks and became the director of FSB, successor to KGB, reorganized FSB, prevailed in a budget war and got FSB raises, which guaranteed him support among the Siloviki, the old KGB guard. Gideon Lickfield is probably correct that Yeltsin was first and foremost interested in saving himself from persecution, and Putin was chosen as a loyalist who would protect Yeltsin. Russia always has a hankering for a strong arm, and Putin jumped at an opportunity to become that. His nomination by Yeltsin coincided with a series of terrorist acts in Moscow and other cities, where a number of residential apartment buildings were blown up and around 300 people died. The attacks were pinned on Chechen rebels, or, if you believe in conspiracy theories, then Putin himself, and Putin led the charge of avenging the terrorist acts by starting a war in Chechnya and Dagestan. Those paying attention can see parallels to 9/11's attacks. The war was, initially, successful. Putin published some papers about economic improvement, his approval ratings soared, and the rest is history. Putin got to where he is by proving his ability to be loyal to his superiors. Working for Anatoly Sobchak, the mayor of St. Petersburg, he was both an effective administrator and helped the mayor escape a corruption investigation. Yeltsin brought Putin to Moscow, where he helped ruin a prosecutor who had tried to launch an investigation into allies of Yeltsin's. From then on, it was just a matter of promoting him through the ranks. Yeltsin's prime concern, given the massive corruption and mismanagement he had overseen as president, was to have a successor who would protect him as ex-president. Yeltsin may have also hoped that he would be able to keep pulling the strings after leaving office. But once in power, Putin took firm control. Though he did indeed see to it that Yeltsin and his family escaped prosecution, he forced the oligarchs who had effectively run the country under Yeltsin to either switch loyalties or leave the country and lose most of their assets. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe the video.